Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, JTV Hot Trends. Now, along the way, we meet exciting and interesting people. And today in the studio, I have none other than Hennessy. Hennessy, how are you today?
I'm good, man.
You good?
Getting better.
All right. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Hennessy is a very talented artist in the BVI. I follow her on Facebook, and I was so impressed with the work that I saw on her Facebook. I just had to bring her to the studios of Hot Trends because is one thing I said when I started this show is that I wanted to expose the talent in the BVI, and the talent in the BVI is definitely super. So, Hennessy, we're gonna start. We're gonna ask you basically, how long have you been an artist?
I've been an artist since I was in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like 8 years old.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, when I started really mastering my craft then.
So at 8 years old, you knew that you had a special talent in drawing. So were you like in the top of the class of your art class? How did you know exactly that, this is something special that you can do?
Because at the first time I realized that I can draw, it was actually off of a copybook. Like, one of those picture copybooks that you get. And it was Lion King. And I just wanted to draw it. And then when I finished, the reaction from the class.
Yeah.
It was like, but I was also at awe, like
you
I really did
surprised
that.
your own self.
Yeah, like.
Well, I would just like to tell you that I can't even draw a stick man, so it's definitely an honor to be.
So maybe people will say that, but I don't really believe it.
No, I am dead serious. I
Man.
cannot draw. When my kids come to me, they're like, "Mommy, can you draw X, Y, and Z?" It's sad.
Really?
It's really, really sad. Okay, so it basically started off at 8 years old, and you developed the talent a little bit more. So tell us about your journey as a artist.
My journey as an artist? Okay, from when I went into high school, since joining primary school or when I went into high school, I had feature, and it was the Penny Saver at the time.
Oh yeah, I remember the Penny Saver. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I went to Canada, and I was a foreign student, and within 2 weeks of being a student from overseas or whatever, I had already make it top artist of the month.
Wow. Okay.
My artwork was all over the school.
Now, I don't know much about artists and drawing and that type of stuff, but would you say that you're a freehand artist?
Freelance.
Freelance.
Freehand, freestyle, fine arts.
Okay, so explain that to us to be a freelancer.
Freelancer, that's like when people come to you with custom work or any work at all and you just do it off the back. You don't work for a specific company. It's more likely yourself. Self-made, yeah.
So, okay, so if I bring you a picture now of Frankenstein, you can look at that picture and basically draw that.
Yeah, according to how really you want it to look.
Right. So would you say it's difficult? Have you ever found it really difficult to draw exactly what you see on the paper?
Not necessarily, no.
Right.
It's just basically copying.
You're doing. So easy.
I always say you always draw what you see. You can't draw it if it's not there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I see.
So if you could see, I don't find it strange because when I look at people like draw that, you see it there. So draw what you see. If you see a circle, what you going to draw a box? Tell me.
No, I don't think it's that simple because that's where the talent come in, the natural raw talent come in. Because if you put the picture of Frankenstein in front of me, I ain't know what I'm going to draw, but it ain't Frankenstein, I know that for sure. So that's where the raw talent comes from. And I follow you on Facebook and I realize that you use Sharpies a lot.
Yeah, no,
tell us about that.
Okay, that whole thing come from when I was small, as I said, back in primary school. I would usually draw something at first with pencil and then draw it over in pen ink. For the same reason, pencil, the smudge, etc. or whatever. So I will try to save my artwork by drawing it over in pen. And then one day I decided to challenge myself. I wonder, like if I could just draw it one time in pen, it's less work for me.
Yeah.
So from time I was 9, I was doing that with pen ink. So it's like being able to draw without mistakes would challenge you to not erase. You can't erase, so you gotta be good the first time.
Like, okay, because
so, yeah.
I saw your video online of you putting Bob Marley on a PS3 or 4?
PS4.
PS4. And when I saw that video, I was like, you know what? No, I really need to get close to you to talk to you and find out more about your talent because I was just absolutely blown away with your skills. And you were just there like, oh, it's nothing. And when you finished, it was like Bob Marley. I'm like, wow. I mean,
I had really do it for the intention it was intentional.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I was like showing different parts of the video because I know the final effect would be like, wow.
Yeah. So tell us some of the things that you do. I know you do this professionally. So tell us some of the things that you do professionally.
I do graphic design, logo designs for companies, anything graphic. Just
Anything
graphic.
graphic.
Yeah,
You do
custom
portraits?
work, portraits, fine art, yeah. Everything surrounded by art, I could do it.
Right. So I can bring myself and my 2 babies, and we can sit down, and you could just.
And I could just ask you how
Of course,
pretty
a
you
slimmer
want to
version,
look.
right? A slimmer version.
I ask you how pretty you want to look. It depends on how pretty you want to
Uh-huh.
look. You don't want to look like yourself or better?
Or you could add on stuff.
I can't draw you less, any less.
Right.
Yeah, any less.
Stuff. I like that. So, have you done anything in terms of being able to get your work abroad to the mainland? Have your work been showcased anywhere?
Though, really in Canada, in school, they was trying to make a book for me, but it's just that I didn't get to stay there. I had to withdraw from the school.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to stay in time enough to see the release of the book.
Right.
The book was about based on top artists or all artists worldwide.
Yeah.
But then eventually I had made the group Black Artists Worldwide.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that you can find that on Facebook.
Yeah, Black Artists Worldwide.
Good stuff. Well, what are your future plans? What are you planning to do?
I don't really have much of a plan, but I just hope that one day that my art will take me somewhere, because it's only now I start focusing on my artwork. I had put it aside because, you know, like when you're tired of being a spotlight and it don't get you anywhere, you kind of get fed up. And then everybody always about Tatola smile.
Yeah.
What you doing here? The most responses that I get is what you doing here. The most hurtful part is when they say, hey, you know you got talent, that hurt, because you know you can't do much about it.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
the
so you
feeling.
kind of heartbreaking,
I know the
but
feeling.
I still here.
You still here?
Yeah.
Well, who are some of the different artists that inspire you? I love Chris Brown, and that boy is bad.
Oh, you mean artist? Not,
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I draw Chris Brown.
I saw that, and that was really good.
But you know, they were trying as much to get him to see it, but you know he wouldn't see it. I don't know if he see it, but
What do you mean?
the amount of groupies Chris Brown have, nobody probably didn't see that.
You post it in the right. Please.
People
We
were
gonna post it
telling
in the
me-
right, please.
Yeah.
But I would love for him to see that.
But that was just a rough sketch. Yeah. The time when we had the hurricane and our board and current went, I was drawing a rough sketch and I decided, man, let me just make it for real then. And
Yeah.
it was my first iPad
that
painting.
was pretty good.
I had never do a portrait on an iPad.
That was
before.
pretty good. So, okay, so go ahead and let us know who inspired you. Any other artists out there or favorites out there?
Snoop Dogg. Used to. Bow Wow. Because they used to think I look like he, but not anymore, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, if people want to get in contact with you to probably get a portrait done and all of that good
They
stuff.
could hit me up on Facebook. I don't really... Yeah, they could hit me up on Facebook.
And what's your name under Facebook?
Hennessy Smith.
Hennessy Smith.
Or they could go to my art page, HKP Studio. Facebook.com/HKP Studio.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward because we're going to get a portrait done. I'm going to get a portrait of myself and my girls. Miss Hennessy going to hook me up. So I'm looking forward to that. Anybody you want to shout out before you go?
Yeah. B. Daniela, you know already. Chiama, my sister. Amy, over there in Rock. And let me see, nobody else. My aunt, Altair, yeah, she been back on me for the whole time.
All right, good stuff. Well, it was definitely a pleasure having you in our studios. As I
It's
said,
been a
you know,
pleasure to
I
be here
like
with
to.
you.
I know it's fun, right? I like to expose BVI talent, and you know, I definitely wanted to have you in the studio. So make sure y'all hit up Hennessy to get your portraits done, your graphic design. She's
The work.
fantastic. She's awesome. More of JTV Hot Trends to come, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it locked.